the first knife I got from Korin was maybe one of the best days of my life. I remember I got like the, what size was it? I remember it's like the, what's over here? I got this one. So I remember like for the longest time I had this knife, and before I graduated and got my first purchase here at Korin, and that was, I got it Nenox. And I remember the story behind the first Nenox I got. Actually, it was this one right here. I got the green handle. I got the green handle slicer, like the really big one, like this one. And I remember I was on, it was a gift to myself. I had been flown, I was still working in San Francisco at the time, and I'd been flown here to be on the Martha Stewart show when she was still recording her show live. And I remember we went, it was a magical day. I remember on the show, I showed Martha how to make hand-pulled noodles. I was really nervous, I was like terrified, never been on like live television like that before. And I did it, and then afterwards I was like, you know, as a treat to myself, I was like, let's go. I'd saved a bunch of money, and I was like, let's go get a knife. Every night I would walk home from working, and I would see like Nobu, and I would just be like, someday I'm gonna eat there. Like, oh, someday I'm gonna eat there. I remember that day, it was such an amazing day. Like, I did the show, got the knife, walked from here to Nobu, and I had lunch at Nobu. Most magical day. So I feel like the first knife I got from Korin was maybe one of the best days of my life in New York City. It was amazing. It was amazing. When I first came here, you only had like, the green handle was new. Like you had just gotten, you had the red handle. I think you had the Korean, you had the, I think it was the ironwood or desert wood or something like that.
It was snake wood back in the day.
And it had the gold, the little gold thing in the middle. Those are, I should have gotten that one because that was what my chef Jason Fox had in San Francisco. He had that one. That's how I heard about it. And so I found out about it from him. I think, yeah, you had the red handle, you had the white handle, you had that one, which, man, they don't even make that one anymore, and they go for a lot on eBay. Actually, I remember when I came here, when I visited from San Francisco, I got the knife and I got the DVD. Like, you guys had the DVD, and I took it back, and that was kind of like, I remember back in the day, like the St. John cookbook, like back in the day when it was just like, it got passed around before they reprinted everything. It was this like holy grail of like this kitchen companion, right? As was the Korin like knife sharpening DVD. So I brought it back and we were all like passing it around. People would borrow it. It's kind of like your first knife roll, right? The world, you go to culinary school. If you go to culinary school, you get this knife roll. It's got like every tool, every size knife. And it does take a lot of skill and confidence to be able to trim all that down and take away a lot of the fluff and just work with one or two things. And with the vegan cookbook, that was the biggest challenge for me, was taking away a lot of the fats and proteins that I'm used to, that I've trained with using for so long, or that I'm used to using, and to really like strip a lot of that away. The approach was like, everyone should be able to make this. Everyone should be able to make this. You should be able to, a lot of the recipe testing, like, can you get this at a corner store at a bodega in New York? I feel like there are certain days when I was really trying, you know, to kind of practice and exercise more self-control. I would like come in, and I think you were here a few times, I would come in and be like, I'm just looking today, I'm not gonna buy anything. And it's so hard to like not, you know, be like, and you know, and to be able to just like appreciate it. Like that's the other thing I feel like a lot of people that I talk to that I'd send this way would be like, oh, but like, you know, I don't know, like, I'm like, just go look. Like you don't have to, you could always come back, go home, sleep about it. If you dream about it, then maybe you need to go back. If you have a dream about it, then maybe you should go back. But if I were to take any knife home, I would probably take home a knife for my son. I would take home like a kid's knife.